Welcome to the Your Leadership Legacy podcast. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I'm so excited to bring you this next podcast dedicated to you high performers out there who want to reinvent yourself, reinvent your business, maybe your career, all of it. This podcast is all about being dedicated to transformation and being the best possible leader of yourself and others that you can be in order to create a legacy that lives on. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause. I am the founder and CEO of True You Teams. And here we go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Your Leadership Legacy. My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and with us today, we have Diana. And here's the thing, I can't pronounce her last name, but it means red in Romanian. So that's all I know. So Diana, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Tina. It's great to be with you. Yeah, it's pronounced Rosu, and I know it's super hard for people to pronounce it. So I'm just good with that, like it means red. Red's one of my favorite colors. Just
That's amazing. Red is one of my favorite colors as well. Yeah. So, right. So you are in London as we speak, which is amazing. So I want you to give the people that are listening a little bit of a background about you and who you are.
So I'm in London right now. I kind of just moved with the pandemic, funny enough. So we're in lockdown still. So my name is Diana. I'm an energy healer and a self-love coach. I help women who are soul-driven, entrepreneurial, ready to step up, ready to up-level their game, shift fear into power. So I had a really long time of dealing with anxiety and fear, and I learned how to shift that for myself into power. So I'm really, really passionate about helping women get that out of the way so that they can really shine their goddess within.
Yeah, I love that. I love everything about it. So tell us how you did that for yourself, because I know for me, it was kind of the same thing. We have this wake up call, something happens in our life and we go, oh, okay, I get to work on this. Yeah. So I'd love to hear your story.
Absolutely. So I kind of grew up in an environment that was pretty unhealthy for me. And it was a bit of an abusive home situation. So not that I don't love my parents, I love them both very much, but it was kind of something that I needed so that I can awaken to myself. So I didn't realize that I was living with depression and anxiety for this whole time until I ended up being in a relationship that was the exact mirror to my parents' relationship, only 10 times worse. So I kind of went through that, and then I got pregnant and had the choice of, will I keep the baby or will I not keep the baby? And it was the hardest choice I had ever had to do in my life, because it's not easy, even if you say, if I get pregnant and it's the wrong man, I'll just have an abortion, but it's not that easy. It feels really crappy, and you really feel, because you kind of feel life inside of you. So I had to make that choice, and I chose myself, more or less, because I knew that if I don't choose myself, I won't be able to give love to anybody, not a baby, not anybody else. So I had to really make that choice, and that was my wake-up call, where I said, no, enough is enough. I'm going to throw everything I know at it, and I'm going to make sure that I empower myself so I can help others empower themselves too.
That's beautiful. So when you say you threw everything at it, what did that look like? What is the process that you went through then to kind of find your way?
Yeah, it's been an amazing process, really. I started with therapy. So I started with cognitive behavior therapy, which kind of got me into NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So I really understood how the brain works, how our physiology works, how our body works from a biological perspective. But then I was also very much into spirituality and energy, and I started studying yoga. I did a yoga teacher training. Then I also did, I studied a lot ancient mythology, so Chinese and then Indian, and then everything that I could find around energy and how our energy body works. And then I ended up kind of combining the two and understanding that our nervous system is very much connected to our energy body, and everything that we do in our lives really is connected with our health, with what we eat, with how much movement we have in our lives, what we think. So I kind of put all of these pieces together and really made sure that I clear my mind, I clear my body, and I clear my energy field.
Yeah, so you talk about being an energy healer. I want you to go a little bit deeper in that. And what does that mean? Because you just touched a little bit on it now, but what do you do for people when you heal their energy? What does that look like?
So as a healer, I don't heal anybody. I don't believe that you heal anybody, you heal yourself. But I have intuitive powers, and I'm something that you call an HSP, so a highly sensitive person. That means my nervous system is more aware of the energy around it than a lot of other people's nervous system. We're a very small percentage of the population on this planet, and it usually kind of happens because of childhood trauma, because you are constantly in this anxious space. So I'm very aware of the energy that comes around me. So for example, if I would have a consultation with you or an alignment session with you, you would start talking a little bit about your issues, but I would also be able to feel the energy that you are putting out there. So I can give you tools and make you aware of where you have leakages within your energy field, or where you're kind of coming from a scarcity place rather than an abundant place. And to give you the tools then to heal yourself. If you do it, that's on you, because you have to take responsibility for your own life. But I can tell you exactly what to do, and I know that if you do it, it's going to work. But again, we all have to really take responsibilities for our own lives and say, okay, this is enough. I'm going to really empower myself and step into that. But obviously we all need help. I've had coaches. I love the coaches that I work with. So that's kind of how I work.
Yeah. So you realized at some point that you couldn't. I mean, for me, there was a point in my life when I realized I can't do this on my own. I get to ask for support. I get to receive support.
Yeah. And that's such an amazing step in empowerment, because you realize that you're here on this planet not to be perfect. You're here on this planet, to like evolve spiritually and mentally and in any type of way. And the only way we can do that is with each other, because we're mirrors. So I'm your mirror, you're my mirror, and then something that triggers you or triggers me, or we trigger each other. And that's what happens in romantic relationships, right? Like, because you're so close to someone, you end up being the other person's mirror. So a coach kind of does that, and a healer kind of does that in a way for you. Just, if I'm intuitive, I can do it in a very accelerated way, because I can already feel what you're feeling.
Right. So powerful. So powerful. I want to talk about the mirror effect, because it's not only in a personal relationship. That mirror effect happens in all relationships.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All over. So talk about why that mirror thing happens.
I think it happens a little bit because you want it to, and because you become aware of it. Because sometimes it happens when you're not aware of it either. When you get like jealous, or you get angry, or you get envious of someone else, it's basically the universe bringing something out to the light for you to release it and heal it. So for instance, if I would say I'm jealous of a person because they have more money than me, that's kind of like an example, or like a mirror for me to see that actually I desire what that person has, but I do not believe that I can have it for myself. So it's a mirror for me to take a look at my own energy and what I'm putting out in the world. And yes, absolutely, it happens with any type of relationship. And it happened to me with friends too, like the closest friendships that I had grew so close because we kind of mirrored each other and were like kind of soulmates. But obviously it happens a lot with the romantic relationships, because you're so close, like emotionally and energetically to each other. And it's a beautiful thing. I absolutely love it. Like when that happens to me today, because obviously I'm not perfect and I'm always still growing. When that happens to me today, I say, oh my God, universe, thank you so much, because this is an opportunity for me to like up level and get to my own next level,
Yeah, I love where you're going with that, because in that moment, Diana, it's a choice point, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We could be in judgment over that reflection on that other person, or we can say, oh, this is a reflection of me, and really look at it and figure out what it, why it's coming up. What are you with all your clients and everything right now with the pandemic? You're in London. What are you hearing from people? What's the biggest challenge right now going on with the pandemic with people from a mindset perspective?
So I work online, so I hear things from all over the world. And I think for women, especially because I work with women, a lot of the challenges are getting started into what they want to do. Procrastination is a super big challenge right now. And really feeling worthy enough or feeling like they know enough to really offer their services, because this is an opportunity. The pandemic is an opportunity for all of us to really step into our purpose and to our why, or discover it if you don't know what it is, but really be of service to other people and make sure that you put your gifts out there and you shine and you let other people see who you are. And I think that's a challenge for a lot of people, because they've been going on a hamster wheel for such a long time, and it's been put on a halt. Mm-hmm. And that's very hard to deal with if you didn't have if you're going from 100 to 0 in an instant, right?
Yeah. And what's interesting about that is we've been on this rat race as a culture, as a society, as a planet, kind of. And now all of a sudden we're in this pause. We're in this, this is happening for us, not to us. And if we think about it in that respect, again, it's a choice point. We can continue to procrastinate. You said procrastination. We can continue to procrastinate, or we can say, you know what, this is my opportunity right now, because everything is so paused, to really look into things that I haven't been looking into. So what are you guiding your clients to look into right now during this pause?
That's a very good point. And I think a lot of the people are doing it, and I think it's at the point where you have no return. It's either you do it or you don't, you evolve or you don't. And I always guide my clients to look at their energy and the energy that they put behind things. And it's usually fear-based, scarcity-based, and lack-based energy, and how they've been showing up in different areas of their lives, why they've been showing up like that. And we go deeper into understanding where it comes from, what really the underlying emotion of it is, because procrastination is just a symptom, right? It's not really the issue at hand. The issue at hand, more often than not, is that you don't feel like you're good enough, or you don't feel whole, and you feel like you need something else to complete you. So we really go into the energy of that, and I kind of give them tools, both energetic and really actionable tools, on what they can do on a daily basis, support to finally step out of that fear and turn it into a power and fuel. Yeah.
So what is your message in these times? Because of everything that we've just talked about, the pandemic, and it's come to a halt. What is it if somebody's watching right now and they're like, I'm just still stuck. I can't get unstuck. I can't get past this. I can't get past the procrastination, whatever it is. What is your message to them? What's the first step that they can take to start moving forward?
The very first step that you have to take is accept that you're stuck. Because a lot of the times we just put up so much resistance thinking that we need to have the answer, that we don't give the answer a chance to come to us. So accept, be still, and really sit with your feelings. It doesn't matter if you don't understand what they are. It doesn't matter if they're uncomfortable, but sit with your feelings, and you'll see how through that you're going to get answers yourself.
Yeah, in the quiet, right?
Yeah.
In the quietness, the answers will come. Yeah. So what is the biggest opportunity for people right now?
I think the biggest opportunity right now is really to up-level on an energetic level. So to really shift your complete being, because everything has been put to a halt. So everything has basically stopped, and you don't really have to, you have no excuses, and you don't have to feel bad for being in the quiet.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's an opportunity to go inside and to really shift what needs to be shifted and come out of it a much better, I don't want to say better because I don't want to quantify it, but like, on a different energy level.
Yeah, it's an opportunity because when we go back, there is no going back to what it used to be.
Exactly.
We're forever changed.
Yeah, absolutely. And even if it won't, like we're talking energy, like in self-care and et cetera, we're talking on a maybe for some people woo-woo level, but even economically, everything will change. The way we behave, the way we go to work, everything will change. There's no going back.
So you've gone through this whole, I love your story. I love where you've come from and kind of what you're doing now to help and support other people. What is the biggest leadership lesson that you've learned personally along the way?
I've learned to give people the space they need. Because as a leader, I thought that I need to be the one, like push, and I see you can do this, and I see you can, I know you can break through it. But I've learned that people are going to do it when they're ready, and it's actually more harmful to be that than to give them the space and then make them feel seen.
Yeah. How do you, when you're talking with people and they're not ready, they don't see that piece of it yet. How do you work with them? Because you're giving them the space, but yet I know that you're talking with them at the same time, right? So how do you move through that with them to really like get them to understand that this is their choice, this is their decision?
I've realized that as I evolve, the clients that come to me evolve as well. So I don't really have those type of clients anymore. But yeah, when I did, it was very interesting for me too, because it was somehow inside of me, I wanted to really say, how can you not get it? You need to get it. Like, please do get it. It's going to change your life. And it was like, I realized it was a lack mentality as well from my side. So I needed to let that go. But what I trained myself to do is to really sit with why I feel that way and just continue asking questions and be patient.
I love that. Yeah. Patience is a virtue. My mom always said that.
It is. It's so hard to exercise sometimes, but it's definitely a virtue.
Definitely. So Diana, where can people find you?
I have an amazing group of goddesses on Facebook. It's called Unleash the Goddess Within. That's where I also do free trainings. I have a free mini challenge coming up at the end of this month, and then a slightly bigger challenge afterwards. So you can find me on Facebook there, and also my page or my personal profile. And you can also find me on Instagram at Diana, Rosu, my very complicated last name, coach.
Yeah, that's the good thing about your last name. It might be hard to say, but it's very easy to spell.
Yeah.
That's great. And I understand that you have a free gift for the people that are listening.
Yes, I do. So I have in self-love affirmations that I recorded. So I kind of like channeling things in my journaling. Sometimes affirmations come to me, so I record affirmations for my clients and for the people who really need some energy boost. So you can get that, and I'm also offering a free alignment session, 30 minutes with me, where we can really dive deep and shift the energy around your fear and your issue.
That's great. That's amazing. I want to thank you for being on. I just met you and I'm just so impressed with you. I love your light. I love your energy. You are super powerful. And I want to just thank you for being on.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been so great.
Yeah, it's been fun. All right, you guys, that ends this episode of Your Leadership Legacy. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Tina Paulus-Krause, and I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the show. Check out our programs and events at trueyouteams.com. And until next time, make it an amazing day.